After the result against Real Madrid, I think it is safe to say that Pep Guardiola's and Manchester City's season
Hmm.
is not looking very great. And before I move ahead for this episode, I would like to make genuine statement, and it could be a controversial statement, and I had tweeted this a few days back. But please, as a United fan and as a football fan, I'm saying this: never ever disrespect Sir Alex Ferguson with Pep Guardiola ever again. It's a humble request. Pep Guardiola is, yes, no doubt, an amazing manager, great manager, but not the greatest. He will not be the GOAT manager, no chance. It's a humble request, and if you have Manchester City fans, stay humble. Pep Guardiola is not a GOAT manager.
तू किससे बात कर रहा है? सिटी फैंस नहीं एग्जिस्ट करते
I'm talking to
हैं.
you, Ballu. I'm talking to you.
Ballu, Ballu, shout out to Ballu.
They've all gone back to supporting Chelsea now.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, but I mean, Pep is one of the greatest manager for sure.
Yes,
That
yes, yes.
nobody
Yeah,
Agree.
denies that, right? Okay,
Yes.
over a career of now 15, 17 years almost, he has like a 70+% win rate, and you pretty much 10 में से 7 मैचेस वो जीत रहा है. It is not
Hmm.
even losses, so
Hmm.
draws. So and like his teams are like supremely dominant, but ऐसा है
Hmm.
कि time's up, blood. Time to go. Time to learn Chinese, buddy. Time to learn Arabic, probably. I think the main point that you mentioned with Fergie and Pep is that Fergie rebuilt his squad almost 3 or 4 times across his United career alone. He faced initially a challenge from Wenger when he had to rebuild and figure out a different way of playing, slightly different way. He then, when Mourinho came, Mourinho dominated couple of years with Chelsea. Fergie rebuilt again, and towards the end of the career, again we saw him जो जो भी कुछ बचे कुचे पैसे थे, try to bring in Van Persie, try to bring in Antonio
yeah,
Valencia and all that. तो वो भी अपने आप में एक टाइप का रीबिल्ड था. तो इट्स लाइक फर्गी ने अडेप्ट किया है अपने स्क्वाड को विद चेंजिंग टाइम्स. एंड
Hmm.
Guardiola का ये लिटरली दिस वाज द फर्स्ट हर्डल where it looks like the football and the league landscape is changing a little bit, and he had to rebuild, and he hasn't been able to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, true. A lot was pinned on one player. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was finding his Messi in City, which he couldn't. तो वही
Hmm.
हुआ. And वो central देख Messi was omnipresent in Barca, and by his own admission, maybe like out of his like वो out of him being just humble, let's say, उसने बोला भी है कि भाई Messi has made me the manager that I have. And फिर you
Hmm.
cut to Bayern Munich, he can't do shit. And then when he comes to City, तो like you mentioned कि भाई वो आके बस खाली साइन कर रहा है चेकबुक्स पे, तो वो हो रहा है, मतलब दैट्स फेयर. Yeah, tactically he is a brilliant manager. His philosophy has had a lasting impact on the footballing world. Those are undeniable things. मतलब no matter
Yeah.
how much you hate Pep Guardiola, वो उसका
True.
impact तो रहेगा. ठीक है.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, it's probably a bit too early to write him off, but he has
Hmm.
to reimagine football now, because there are teams that have adapted there to the possession side sort of football. And yeah, he has to have another answer to the answers that team have given to him.
He himself has, in fact, admitted in a press conference that
Hmm.
the style of play that he uses now at City is outdated. That is not what he considers modern football to be. He considers modern football to be what a Bournemouth type team plays, or what Jurgen Klopp used to play, which is a lot more sort of transitional, counter-attacking, pacey, going back to a little bit of what we refer to as the old way of
Hmm.
playing. but do it
mm,
with lot more structure and understanding of positioning basically. Yani
Hmm.
basically Ole ball if it worked, if it was good. And we saw this is why actually Ole was consistently able to beat Pep.
Hmm.
Like he
mm,
had Pep's number. You look at other managers who play a similar brand of football, which is a lot more direct. Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has been the best competitor for Pep for a long time. You
Hmm.
look at his stats against Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou is like, if you look at their head-to-head stats, Ange Postecoglou is one of the best managers against Pep, and it all comes down to कि जो पेप का स्टाइल ऑफ ब्रांड ऑफ फुटबॉल है पोजीशन वाला उसका ये एब्सोल्यूट एंटीथीसिस है डायरेक्ट
Hmm.
फास्ट पेसी ट्रांजिशनल और ये
Hmm.
सीजन बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव रॉड्री they have simply not been able to sort of keep up with that kind of football. You look
Hmm.
at their stats, defensive stats, mein pretty much they are always like in terms of recovering the ball, in terms of interception and all, they are like in the worst five teams in the league this season. So clearly his style is going out, and you can also see that जो अभी वो players ला रहा है, especially in the January window, and specifically Omar Marmoush. Omar Marmoush is the kind of player that you would expect to see at Bournemouth, not because like उसका stature के ऊपर, but style of play के हिसाब से. He's a very like he'll run behind and do the things that others in Pep system are unable to do because they have been so coded. वो लोग robots हो गए हैं. They want like absolute instructions like Phil Foden, Jack Grealish. These are great players. These used to be very flair wala players, but they look like shells of themselves. Jeremy Doku जब आया था, so Jeremy Doku was looking like वो tricks करता है, थोड़ा free flowing है, and then like 4 मैच के बाद वो भी बन गया एकदम रोबोट, क्या सांप जहाँ बोलेंगे वहां पास देना पड़ेगा. So I
So no, but
भाई साहब.
like, see, like I might get clipped. I might get a stick for the statement that I said in the beginning of this video. But there is a reason why I've said it, because Pep Guardiola himself said this in this country and all around the world. Sir Alex Ferguson is the best. I'm not saying this.
yeah.
Pep has said this. Also, in terms of all the managers in the world, no matter what Pep Guardiola has done, and he has done an outstanding work. He has done an outstanding things for football in terms of sweeper keeper, in terms of box midfield, तुम्हारा hybrid wingers होगा, blah blah blah, whatever the revolutions that he has done. One tag that he will always get, that is going to be he is the most privileged manager ever.
Hmm.
I will not see him rebuilding a club like Fenerbahce or a Bournemouth or an Everton.
Yeah.
So, in terms of that perspective, he will always be privileged, and that is the reason why I have said the things which I have said, and I will always stand by those. I will respect him. I respect him. I like him a lot as a manager, but please don't compare with Sir Alex.
या ये महंगे
क्या.
प्लेयर्स वाले बात तो एकदम सही है बिकॉज द सिस्टम दैट ही लाइक्स टू प्ले जो उसका आइडियल वे ऑफ प्लेइंग है that is not possible without like the absolute top of the line footballers, and you can see that क्योंकि everybody now tries to copy, for a long time has tried to copy Pep
Hmm.
Guardiola, but look at how the game has gone and become a lot more boring, a lot more tactical, a lot more sort of not fun to watch, not end to end like most Premier League fans at least were used to. And that is not because Pep Guardiola की वजह से वो हो रहा है. It is because के unless you have the like peak players in every position, you are unable to play that system at all. You will make mistakes while building up. You'll not be as good as a Pep Guardiola team. And Pep Guardiola वो कर पाता है क्योंकि उसके पास बैंक बैलेंस है. जो प्लेयर चाहिए वो खरीद सकता है. एकदम स्पेसिफिकली ये रोल में एग्जैक्ट फिट होने वाला प्लेयर वो ढूंढ सकता है और खरीद सकता है.
Also,
बट
before
क्रेडिट टू
just
हिम ऑल्सो, वो पैसे से एटलीस्ट राइट प्लेयर भी खरीदता
Ah,
है.
true,
correct,
true. I think that that's also down to
correct.
the whole
I was
the way Man
Yeah,
City is also structured.
yeah.
yeah,
उनका जो
and
Siki Bernstein and all
also
है.
yes, also one thing like I've been seeing this argument before on the internet where people have been saying Ferguson, Sir Alex Ferguson has broken so many transfer records in his time. Yes, he has broken. Not denying it. I'm not denying it. But he didn't have one blip in the season and he has spent so many fortunes on so many players. He didn't have any privilege like Pep Guardiola. That is the reason why I'm repeating myself again and again. Though Sir Alex Ferguson has broken many transfer records in his era, but compared to the current era with the current competition which Pep Guardiola has, he has outspent almost everyone compared to the every other league if you count the total transfers of Pep Guardiola.
And also
I mean,
look
he
at look
couldn't.
at look at the academy players. Apart from Phil Foden, who do you
Yeah,
think ऐसा Pep Guardiola ने like monster
yeah.
type create कर
They
दिया है?
had they
I
had
don't.
Brahim
And
Diaz,
Foden
they
has
had
also
Jadon
fallen off.
Sancho. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had Cole
Foden has
Palmer.
also fallen. Cole
Yeah,
Palmer
they had
left. Yeah.
yeah, they had Brahim Diaz, they had Jadon Sancho, and they had Cole Palmer. Again,
So he
they left.
refuses to use these world class academy players that they have, and instead goes out and buys talent, which is okay. I don't mind it. But then again, if you are doing that Fergie comparison, Ferguson ka, then you have to account for the amount of talent he's actually gotten through the academy as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
and not to forget, Sir Alex Ferguson never harmed himself with few losses.
And also, like, this is all we are saying. अभी तक nobody has mentioned 115 yet. So
Yeah,
एक
exactly,
एक लाइक पेप
exactly,
गार्डियोला की पूरी लेगेसी पे एक वो बड़ा ब्लॉच हो
exactly,
सकता है if it is
exactly.
proven to be that
Though
way.
they will win, though they will win
Yeah, I think
by
yeah.
looking at it, but those टंगता वाला तलवार will always be there
There
because
is some
ये धब्बा
speculation
तो
that
था.
उनको ट्रांसफर बैन लग सकता है, and that is why they did that big spending in the January window itself.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Very unlikely, but we'll see.
Do you think if they win the FA Cup, it could still be a salvageable season for them?
Yeah, it will be a successful season.
Yeah.
Not in the like not compared to the standards of
Hmm.
City,
Uh,
but trophy and a
Compared
top
to
four.
the
Why not?
standards of United.
mm. ठीक है,
Let's
ठीक
not.
है. New reality.
Yeah, new reality. We are talking about successful clubs in the present.
हाँ.
We'll not talk about United. But yeah, more successful than Arsenal. But anyway,
वो दूसरा वो दूसरा एपिसोड था. मिक्स हो गया है थोड़ा टाइमलाइन.
anyway, I hope you liked the episode. Bit controversial one, bit notorious, bit bold. Few bold statements from everybody, but it is what it is, and you are entitled to have your own opinion. Meanwhile, click on that like button, subscribe on the channel, and we'll see you on the next one very soon. Thank you.
Bye.